One thing that I did write on here, you know, clients can do this at home. They sell frosting kits. They sell weaving kits all the time too. This is something that's very like cookie cutter. It's very generic kind of, whereas highlights are very creative. You can place your placement in angles. You could place it to enhance the client's style. With this, you can't do so much, or you don't have as much control. Yeah, but you know, you have to know everything. This is a real good way to get even results because all the bleach processes together. Highlights are harder, they're trickier, it's an art, but to build ourselves to that, this is a good practice. It's not a bad idea for you to practice, and it's a very simple one. Basically, you just comb the hair straight back. This is important. When you put the cap on, it's very important that the hair is combed back. Then I'm going to put the cap on, and then I'm going to start pulling from the front. If I start pulling from here, look what will happen to the regrowth on this strand. It might grow from here, but if I start pulling from different areas, I'm just going to get ends out. So it's important to comb back. Then when you start pulling from the front, you pull where the root is of that strand, and you get a closer result. So comb it back and place my cap and get started. There's different styles of caps. You want to find something that fits. There's different sizes too. They have one that is extra large. But one time we had a lady come in and give us a demo. She used the shopping bags from the grocery store, the plastic ones, you know, the regular plastic bags. She put it on and she pulled through that. Because really, technically, you could pull through anything plastic. You could put a shower cap on, cut the elastic on the sides and make it fit nice and snug, and pull through the frosting cap. But the good thing about these is that they're double lined, and so bleeding will not occur as easily when they're double lined. When I put my bleach on top of this, if I mix my bleach wet and runny, it's going to seep in and I'm going to get hot roots underneath because of the body heat. So I'm going to mix it nice and thick, but also it is double lined. There's like a shower cap kind of stuck in here, and then this one. And these are reusable. Let's say I use it today and I want to use it again, but I've already torn through these holes. Then I can put a shower cap first, then put this over, and reuse it over and over and over again. So comb the hair back, put the cap from the front back, and on my doll head, you know, obviously this is in her eyes right now. If this was a client, I wouldn't be able to do this way. But watch, if I pull it back away from her eyes, then what happens in the back is that I don't have it properly fitting here. It's a little loose. And if it's a little loose, I'm not going to get to her roots. I'm going to have already a ½ inch regrowth. So it's really important that I have a nice snug fit. So if this is my client, I would pull it down until I have a nice snug fit, especially in the crown, so I can get it right at the root. And then if I have to, I'll cut some of this off so it's out of her eyes. But the most important thing is not where it's fitting her here, but where it's fitting her here. So again, if it's not going to fit her right, I will cut the front. Also, I could take a pair of scissors and snip the elastic here, because maybe it is too snug. So I could snip the elastic and it'll fit better. Whatever I need to do, a very important thing is that it fits nice. It has these little stringy things to tie it. Of course, you don't want to, you know, make it uncomfortable for your client, but you can tie it. And so it'll sit there. But look where it ties on a client's neck. You're not going to be able to do this really on a client. Very tight. If you need to, for the best results, if you need to ask your client to hold it down so that it stays put, go ahead and do that because it's to their benefit anyway. Clients don't mind helping us. They will help you because they want good results. Then you have just like a regular crochet hook, and you have different sizes. If I want little thin pieces, I'll use a thin crochet hook. If I want thicker pieces, of course I could use a thicker one. But the thicker one is going to make a bigger hole here, which is my product can seep into her hair and give me hot roots, so I have to be careful with the bigger ones.
Does that have perforated holes, or do you make your own holes?
Yeah, I'm going to make my own. The top layer is perforated. It's already, there's holes there. But that second layer inside that looks like a shower cap, the double lined, is not, there is no hole. It's closed, it's sealed, which is good because that's going to prevent my product from seeping in. So then the other thing is, I want to think about her hairline. I don't want to pull right from the front because I don't want, when her hair is up, I don't want to see stripes. That's just me. But maybe she does. Maybe when she wears it up, she wants to see it. So that's something you want to talk to her about. So I could see where her hairline is through the shower cap. I'm not going to go from the very first row. I'll start a little further back so they don't show. And then when I start pulling out, so I'll go about a ½ inch behind her hairline. Some of these holes have circles, some don't. If I want a heavy result, I can pull every single hole. If I don't want a real heavy result, I'll pull every other hole, or every row, or every other row. But the main thing is I'm going to start from the front, work my way back. From maybe this strand of hair that I pull out originated from here. So that's not a good idea. I want to do the whole top first, and then I'll go to the sides. So when you go in, you don't want to hurt your client. So you be careful how you go in. And when I go into the little hole, I'm not going to push my tool in and pull out, because if I push it in and I pull out from here, I'm already going to have a regrowth too. So pull what's right under it. So here's my first one. I'll just go in and pull out some hair. I had to rip through that little plastic. Pull out some hair first, and depending on how thick or thin I want it, that's how it'll be. And I can kind of feel where this hair grows from. It grows from right there. So work from the top. I'll do every other hole. And it doesn't have to be perfectly even with each section. Maybe I want thicker highlights around her parting. Maybe I want more around her parting. If I know where her parting is, I could take a marker. Let's say she parts her hair here. I could take a marker and mark where her side part is, and that way I'll know where to pull more out of if I want more there, or less out of if I want less there. So you can mark it. So the wonderful thing about this is it could take you maybe 10 minutes to do all this, pull out, and I know that her hair can handle 40 volume. So I'm going to use 40 volume on her. Because it's a demo too, I want it to go by quickly so you guys can see it. And just let it process really quick. So if you're in a hurry, your client's in a hurry, I know this is not really like up to date and popular, but it will do the job. It is effective.
Does it hurt?
It hurts the client if you apply too much pressure. Yes, it can hurt. So even if you guys don't do this on a real person, per se right now, practice putting the shower cap and pulling your classmate's hair out of it. Now this isn't good for long hair. Imagine by the time I pull that strand out, it will hurt the client. So I put some, pros for frosting cap and pros for weaving. If I pull out too much hair and I don't like my placement, I could just put my tool under and pull that one out and just suck it right back in there and then redo it. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys these too, because do you see on some of them you're going to have some tangles.
Yeah.
So before I finish, when I finish, before I apply my bleach, I'll take a comb and just comb, and when you comb, you end up pulling them all out and you don't have any of those little hooks. Coming out, yeah, you have to be careful when it's real short. So on real short hair, you'll take thinner pieces, not thick pieces, not a lot out of each hole, maybe every single hole, but less out of each hole. So I'm going to mix it pretty thick, and I'm going to cover it with a shower cap. Why am I mixing it thick?
Works faster and doesn't run.
Doesn't bleed, that's the main thing, yeah, because I don't want to have another problem when I take off my shower cap and have to fix it. The foil?
Yeah. This
This is
seems
better.
So much easier.
It is so much easier. Now, this is 40 volume, so I'm going to just put it on as quickly as I can because I want it to process all together. And you can't just apply the bleach in one direction only. You'll apply the bleach and then kind of flip the hair, because when I lift this up, oops, when I lift up the hair, I might not have thoroughly saturated the big one, the underside.
And would someone do this for a regrowth?
For a regrowth? Okay, so it's a little trickier for a regrowth. You'll pull out some hair through the frosting cap. Some of the pieces you pull out are going to have a regrowth. Some of the pieces you pull out are going to be virgin strands because you're not going to be able to see what to pull out and what not to pull out. So you pull out some. If you see that there's bleach, there's a regrowth, and it's their natural color here and the bleach here, just apply the bleach on the regrowth. If you see another strand that's brown or natural all the way through, then you'll apply the bleach all the way through. So it's a little, same concept as with regular highlights. Whatever's been bleached, you don't want to bleach over it again. And whatever hasn't been bleached, you want to bleach. So I've got that on. Got a little more bleach left, so I'll thoroughly saturate.
You can get those caps in a beauty supply.
Yes, caps you can buy anywhere. Remember, like I said, you could even make your own cap if you want out of a, like that demo was funny. It's good to see everything and to see how creative people can get with things. Doesn't necessarily mean you might agree with it, but it is good to be exposed to everything. So don't ever knock any technique. See it, learn about it. One day you might use it, you might never use it, that's okay. But it's just showing you a different way. So I'm going to let her process for a little bit. I might even go put her under some heat. But already she's coming up. Already she's getting lighter because I mixed it before. So while she's processing, I'm going to clean up and get ready to shampoo it and tone it. So how long could that take you? 10 minutes. You could have done this on a client.
Yeah.
I'm going to take off the shower cap and I'm going to go back to the shampoo bowl. I chose a copper color just to put on her just so you guys can see the color difference. So go back. I'm going to leave the shower cap on and I'm going to shampoo it off with the shower cap on. I'm even going to apply my toner with the shower cap on. And then, okay. So. I hope I don't lose control of the hose and get you, Miss Mazzelli.
I'll go away.
Or you. She's like, or us. Let me just show. Be able to re-bleach, pick up the same exact pieces and re-bleach. So you can see the color difference?
Yeah.
Of course it's all wet still. So now I'm going to mix my toner right back here and apply it right back here, which I'm using shades Cayenne, and it's equal part. It's 8C, and it's equal parts of its activate or processing solution. I don't need a lot. I'm just going to eye it. I used maybe a ½ ounce. If I need more, I could mix more.
If you wanted to reapply bleach, would you have to dry her?
Oh, can bleach go through water? A little bit of water can act as an activator to bleach, and a lot of water will stop the action of bleach. So you're right. You should towel dry. Just towel dry. You don't have to blow dry it. So I've got that mixed, and I'm going to apply my toner right on top of the shower cap still. So toners are usually put on damp hair because toners are used after a bleach. Toner, I don't know if you can see, it's lathering. Toners have a built-in shampoo. Demi-permanent toners are going to last only for a certain amount of shampoos. So if I shampooed her hair after the bleach, her hair is clean. I put my toner on. If I add shampoo again, I'm going to rinse out one of my shampooings. I'm already going to make it fade. It has a built-in shampoo in it. You can see it's already lathering like I put a shampoo. So when it's time to rinse a demi-permanent color, all you do is wet it with a little water, lather it with itself, and rinse it. You don't have to add a shampoo. It's already clean hair, and it's already got a built-in sudsor right there. And then I would condition the hair. So I've got the toner in the hair. I'll leave it for a minute. Before I take off my shower cap, I'll untangle it again so it doesn't hurt her. You know, her hair is wet. And when you pull off that cap, it's going to hurt. So I will detangle it, pull off the cap, kind of massage my toner in all around just in case I have bleach that seeped through. I want to tone that as well. So you got it all out?
Yeah.
Subtle difference.